I recently had a new fence installed and the contractor had an issue finding power and mentioned the outlet near my condenser wasn't working. I wondered how that could be because I never use it and oh yeah, that's toast. So let's see how easy it is to replace. First, we'll remove this outdoor cover, and honestly I figured there was more to it than just a couple screws holding this on, but that's good to know because I have 2 more with old weather covers that I'll replace later. Then the screw on this right side was stripped, which gave me trouble at about every step, but we'll make it work. The outlet we're working on comes in through the wall here, and then the 12-2 wire, at least I think it's 12-2, goes along the top of the wall, and then into our breaker box here. As you can see, this GFCI is on its own breaker, so we can flip the breaker and work on it safely. Now with the power off, we can get this old outlet out of here. Once out, I inserted my outlet tester and turned the power back on to see if it was working. Then I noticed the hot wire had come out of the back. Not sure if it was like this before or if I did it when pulling out the outlet. Could be why it wasn't working, but we'll go ahead and change it anyways since this one's in pretty rough shape. Now with the power back off, we'll cut this neutral and strip it back. The better move probably would have been to unscrew it. That would have preserved some wire length. Here's the new outdoor cover with GFCI included I got from Home Depot. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but it's more than you would think. It's like around $30 or $35. And a quick tip for the DIYers, when you're connecting the ground wire to the screw, make sure you loop the wire in the same direction the screw tightens, which is clockwise. If you wrap it the wrong way, tightening the screw will actually push the wire out instead of pulling it in, which can leave you with a loose or poor connection. As you can see here, I did it backwards and didn't catch it until editing this video, so learn from my mistake. And since we're talking about mistakes to avoid, here are 2 more. First, I didn't realize GFCI outlets have a line side and a load side. Here, I have both on the load side, and also wrap the hot wire around the screw instead of behind the terminal clamp. So as you would expect, after testing it with it wired wrong, it didn't work. After I pulled the outlet back out, I realized what I'd done. So now I can pull the wires out of the load side and install correctly on the line side. Also corrected the hot wire issue and made sure it was behind the clamp style terminal. And with those changes, our GFCI outlet now works. Time to get the wires tucked away, the outlet screwed in, and figure out how to get this new cover on. Installing the cover is simple, just 1 screw on each side, but that stripped screw hole wouldn't let me tighten this side down, leaving a large gap and preventing the weather seal from seating properly. I noticed both the cover and the box had knockouts for additional screws in the corners. I wasn't exactly sure how those are supposed to be set up for machine screws like you typically use on an electrical box, so I went with self-tapping screws. Which is probably not the ideal method since there are live wires in the box, but my thinking was if I hit a wire, it would short and trip the breaker. And also after installing, I checked the screws with a non-contact tester to make sure they weren't live. And here's the finished product. It looks much better and actually works. If you watch the whole video and you know your way around GFCI installation, drop a comment below with any tips, better methods, or anything I should fix right away. The comment section is always helpful, not only for me, but for anyone watching this before tackling the same project. We'll catch you on the next one.